Hello there and welcome to a new feature that we're going to have on cadred.org, which is going to be called Game of the Week, where we're going to pick a game in 1.6 or Source or something along that nature. We're going to kind of watch it retroactively, add a commentary in there from yours truly. That's Richard Lewis, Editor-in-Chief of the site and long-standing esports journalist and Counter-Strike enthusiast. And we're going to upload it so you can just watch it on demand without having to download the demo and all of that faffy stuff. First things first, as you'll be able to see from the screen that's in front of you now, this is the home GUI we'll be using in these VODs for Source, and that just hopefully negates people messaging me non-stop, what GUI is it, what GUI is it. It's the home GUI. We've always supported Lars's work. That's Home, the player from CKRAS, the Danish side. He's really pushed the boundaries, I think, on how the game can look. Definitely giving it a nice crisp new feel to it, and we've endorsed his work on the site. You can even download the GUI if you want to try it yourselves from cadred.org. It's in the media section. It'll be below the player configs. You should be able to find it relatively easy. But the game we've got for you this evening, for this first one and this test to see whether you like the idea, is going to be in ESEA. It's between Dynamic and 3D Max. Dynamic, of course, being the all-conquering Canadians in the North American scene in recent times, but we've seen them overtaken by 3D Max, who are, of course, known as Fully Talked and Netcode Illuminati in the past. So it's a real clash of the best two teams in the North American scene, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring that up. There's no mystery about how we're doing it. We are just watching a demo, as you'll be able to see. You'll also get to kind of see how we set it all up, but it's, you know, not very exciting. It hasn't got a nice little overlay like some people do, and that sort of thing. But ultimately, it's going to give you what you want, which is the information about the game. Now, the good thing that we're going to do as well is I've not watched the game. I don't know the results, so hopefully that's going to kind of mean that the excitement of what's happening in the game comes across. Just to give you a little look at the scoreboard here, this is what it looks like on the home GUI. Excellent, isn't it? But you'll also notice Volcano is, of course, now in the dynamic setup in place of Legend. Rest in peace, brother, the big frat boy. So we're about to go live on the pistol round here. 3D Max starting as terrorist on Train. This is the Train. I've been so engulfed in CS Global Offensive, it's actually weird coming back to Source. But anyway, so we're going to see an aggressive move here from Team Dynamic, sporting their new little tag there, TD with an exclamation mark, very nice. And Volcano's just going to be peeking main, and there he is. It's his frag, opening frag there on Frost, and that's going to give them an advantage. 3D Max in the meantime moving back, just rotating, taking that bomb kind of into the main area, and they're being very cautious here, especially now that they're a man down. We've got TCK. We'll watch him. I think he's going to push main, try and get out. He can spot his opposite number on the stairs. Took a bit of a damage to his health there, and he's trying to get this frag. Not having any joy. Spamming Glock all over the place. And just trying to waste some time here. In the meantime, Anger's got a kill, but it is going to be a plant for 3D Max, which is very important in the opening round. Obviously, that's going to get their economy sorted out. Team Dynamic doing an en masse regroup now, coming up through the stairs. This could be good. This could be bad. One nade could wipe them out. And Neil gets a fag there on Anger. And look at that double there from Sunman. TCK and Sunman with the 3. Again, Sunman against these former employees. He came in absolutely huge there. It's a shame I didn't spec him. That's probably the downside to not watching the game beforehand. But great opening pistol round. And it was all going so well for Team Dynamic. They made the opening frag, but it wasn't enough. And now we're going to see some eco rounds coming in, which not very exciting. But let's see what 3D Max are going to do here. We see a lot of Galils, and they're just above pop. They don't want to do anything too stupid. They don't want to get too grouped up, of course, on an eco round. Dropping a flash down there. Team Dynamic, of course, have gone for Deagles, as you'd expect. Steel with the opening frag, and we'll just watch Steel, of course. And there he is with another one, but he's been taken down by AZK. Back on Sunman cam. Great pistol round from him. You'll be able to hear, of course, the in-game chat. Americans love using that. Canadians too, just to stipulate there is a difference. That's another plant there for 3D Max. Pex now. Last man standing for Team Dynamic, and not quite sure what he's going to do here. It looks like he's just going to save the Deagle. Maybe play for exits. Yep, just going to play for exits. Not sure I admire this strategy too much. May as well have a go, but I guess the flip side to that argument is no point in dying needlessly. And it's Neil who's leapfrogging out at the top of the frag charts. Obviously doesn't mean too much in the eco rounds. Now, we should be seeing another eco stroke deco. I'm wondering if it's going to be a full eco we're going to see here. It certainly looks that way. And that's just going to mean that they can bring the AWPs out in the third round. What are they going to do? We'll get on Volcano again. He seems to be aggressively facing that main area in these early rounds. But just creeping around here. Getting into a corner, which... And, of course, they've come out of main. They've left that unguarded. And you'd expect it to just be a shooting gallery here. AZK gets one. TCK picks up one. Some man picks up another. And he's just using his USP. He doesn't care. Adrian, though, he gets one. Neil eliminates him from the game, and it's Pex. Last man standing again. His crosshair doesn't seem to shake as much as it used to back in the day. Not that I want to bring that kettle of fish up again. Bombs planted. Pex on 64 HP. Make that 37. Make that 10. He's getting spammed all over the place. And surely he's going to go out like a hero here. No point in trying to save this Deagle for the next round. Well, that's a good shot there from Pex. Does eliminate Neil, but Sunman mops it up. 3-0 to 3D Max. And you can see here that although everyone in Team Dynamic have got on the scoreboard so far with a frag, it's actually not the best of starts I would have liked. Counter-terrorist on train. But this is the first buy. This is going to be very big. I think we'll watch AZK. As you'll know, he's one of the best AWPers in the world, if not the best. But he's just been out-AWPed there by Frost. Hugely disappointing to get picked there. He was there first, just missed the shot. There's no excuse for that, really. Frost would be quite happy with making that pick for his teammates. So, they're in pole position for this now, and we got flashes going in main. TCK is going to get the bomb down, so it's another plant. But Pex gets one, then Anger kills Pex. Steel kills Anger. Well, this round's been absolutely disastrous. And Volcano and Adrian just flicking between the two. They're going to try and do a retake here. It's a 2v3 situation. Make that a 1v3 situation. TCK gets the kill. Frost is in a great position there, and boom, by Volcano. So it's 4-0 now to 3D Max, making it look all too easy, alarmingly so, I would say, for Team Dynamic. I think we're going to see an eco here again. So we should be going 5-0, barring some sort of incredible strat. And here comes the nades into main. 3D Max are out, and they've got control of that main area, that main kind of train yard, which is so important in this game. If you've got good aggressive AWPers and you can get out, you can control the map. Neil picks up a quick double. Frost gets AZK. Pex answers back. Now he's got an AWP. That could be dangerous. You can hear what Adrian thinks about what's going on. And that was a fairly quick round. 5-0 now. And again, just a quick check of the scores while we're in this buy area. And there's a Anger. Of course, he did get up and running, but made that team kill, which is took him back down to 0. And of course, for someone who's been billed as one of the best riflers in the world, CT Train, you'd expect to see a lot better. This time we're going to watch Frost. And Adrian gets the opening pick there, but it wasn't on Frost. It was a good flash. That's a bit more like it from Adren. Of course, made the pick from on the top of the trains here. Neil picks up another frag. Volcano answers back, and Adren gets a long shot onto the electric box there. Sunman on a play you could argue is sort of his replacement. Volcano. You can see, got a bit of an AWP off here. Frost still in main. You can hear Neil laughing at his smoke there. And Pex does get the rifle kill. And then AZK mops up Sunman. So Team Dynamic up and running. 5-1. 6 rounds played in this first half. Of course, 3D Max going to have lots of money. Team Dynamic having to do drops and distribute the guns. So it shows how difficult it's been for them. We're going to see a much slower build up here, I think, from 3D Max. Little boosts here, going to get some smokes. All of those smokes actually go over into the kind of side area and block off looking from side into main. So they are going to go for this main push. AZK, though, not obscured. Neither's Anger. And AZK with another AWP frag. And there's another AWP frag from AZK, and this is more like it from him. This is what Team Dynamic need him to do if they are to have any chance of winning this game. And of course, there he is, top of the frag chart, 7 for 5. Not an imperious score on counter-terrorist train, but still one that means that they can get that second round. So we're about at the halfway stage of the first half, the first quarter, if you like. And it's 2-5. And look at that there. Well, we just caught it. Anger absolutely got to be raging about that. TCK just flew down the ladder, blew his head off, and you can see, look, typing incoming. Pex makes 2. We're missing the action here while Volcano kind of spams it around. Pex gets another. He's going to throw an 8. He's being pushed here. Kind of wazdering around, spamming that flash. Seems to have bought him enough time. He's cotched up under the train, but again, it's another plant. This is not good from Team Dynamic, letting so many plants. And he's just spamming the deagle through smoke there, Pex. AZK in the meantime picks 1. Volcano gets the other. He's in for a nice and easy defuse in the end, but still, another plant for 3D Max. Team Dynamic have to do much better than this, because defensively, every time you let a plant in, you're basically giving money away to the opposite team, and if you have a lot of people die that round and you're having to kind of drop, it creates a pressure going into that next round. If you lose it, then you might have to see 1 or 2 ecos off the back of that. So Anger at the bottom, 1 for 7. Of course, it will be 2 for 7, but he had a bit of a cheeky TK. And 3D Max changing the pace nicely, just varying it up, mixing it up, which is what you want to see from a good team. Neil walks right into that nade there. Oh, and there's a... Well, that was a disastrous nade there, but it seems to have acted as a bit of a decoy. TCK just ran in and got the kill anyway. Adren, though. And there's AZK with another. Steel loaded on AZK and Anger. Well, maybe you should stick to AWPing, because rifling not been working for him so far, but he's picked up a nice easy AWP kill there. Steel, the man that was once synonymous with Dynamic success. He's just kind of coming in, edging around. We're going to see Frost try and peek the man on the stairs. This frag could be very important. He's not going for it in the end. He's looking back to main. And they're kind of trapped in this alleyway area. Dynamic will be happy for them to stay here, because obviously while they're here they're not planting. There's only 30 seconds left. And there's Anger out open. Frost Steel now with the bomb. 1v3 situation. Dink. Peck says thank you very much. All of a sudden it's now 5-4 to 3D Max. So Team Dynamic on a bit of a roll. Wonder how that's affected 3D Max's money. Just having a look here. Not seeing any guns being dropped up.
Straight down inner, everyone.
Straight down and inner is the call there from Steel. So
run with the smoke. Pax is going to be up close by himself. Just run down with the smoke. Justin, smoke it. Run down with it.
And there's AZK getting the opening pick, but again, they're just in so early. AZK does pick up another. Smoke's down. Pex is spamming away. Frost gets the kill. Frost is then killed. That's a nice little 3-man from AZK. Neil now. Great little headshot there, showing his rifling ability. But then Adrian Hogue just takes him down through the smoke to tie the game up at 5-all. So, huge momentum shift. The early game was all about 3D Max. Team Dynamic came back into it. 5 rounds, of course, already a great score as Terrorist. Let's not overlook that. But can Team Dynamic now maybe close out the half and keep it respectable and push on and get this 10-5? Looks like we're going to see another deco round here. So obviously that AWPing exuberance from 3D Max has come back to haunt them. Of course, the Deagle so ridiculously overpowered in Source. It is a hand cannon. One headshot, all you need, and it's a game changer. So they're going for this inner again, which I don't blame them for doing it because they're finding it so easy to get in. A few smokes, eliminates the AWPs, and it's an easy plant again. AZK, though, just playing it casual, not even facing them. Pex and Adrian pick up the first 2 kills. And I'm just going to watch AZK. He's jumping across trains. He's going in aggressive. TCK all the way into main, getting chased out here. Great nade from him to take out Adrian. So, coming around behind him, this could be interesting. AZK anticipated it. All the meanwhile, this is eating up valuable time. Oh, and some man with a double to win the round. Absolutely no right to win that round and put them 6-5 ahead. Sunman, that's 2 huge clutches he's had. Just goes to show, statistically, doesn't always tell the full story. He's on 9 for 5, but it's all much of a muchness on their team. But Sunman clutched that opening pistol round with 3 great kills and just clutched a Deagle double there in a 1v2 situation to ensure that his team maintained the lead. And there's Frost again. Oh, we've just missed a huge play from Anger. It's been removed from the game. But that should do it. But it's 3v2. TCK takes down Pex. AZK now dropping back to inner.
Dude, you called it 10 HP. I just wanted to fight him. He one-shot me.
Misses that first shot. All very tense because this round should have been over after that 3-man from Anger, really. Now it's a 2v2.
Yeah, that's my fault. So dumb.
And there's AZK. Nade straight into TCK's face. Froz now, last man standing for 3D Max. Don't rule anything out, though, of course. They have made these clutches. There's a flash incoming. He's going to be blind temporarily, so he's just going to have a look around. I wonder if they know where he is. I'm not so sure they do. Because look where AZK's watching there. Oh, but there it is. He's giving away his position now with 30 seconds left to go. Got to try and get this bomb ticking. Going to be incredibly hard for him going up that ladder. A risky play. Creeping along, though. Not trying to give his position away from Sound.
I don't like this.
Steel says he doesn't like it. I don't blame him. I don't think... Oh, but there it is. So, it's a 1v1 situation. 10 seconds, though. Got to try and get this bomb down.
Oh, no mind. I thought he was down somewhere else. I thought he got a plant.
And the bomb is planted. Bang on 0 seconds. But Hogue just runs in and pistols him. But I tell you what, he cut that fine. It was nearly brilliant. That's going to tie the game up at 6-all in this first half. So, looking at the 3D Max money situation again. Think we got Deagles incoming. Probably so it to Anger. Just watch him for a round.
Ivy with the bomb. Justin and Kerry, you're gonna smoke down lower and go down lower. Neil, you're down ladder with me. We're gonna go make a.
Well, there you go. So
the bomb, Ivy.
AZK psychically seems to know. Well, he's seen the shadow, hasn't he? No, he drops back. So
hang on, I'm throwing a smoke. I'm gonna throw a flash, and we're gonna go with the flash. Throw a smoke down lower now, right now, guys.
Against these inner pushes that have proved so decisive. Every time they want to plant, they feel they can get one in it. Anger with the a frag there on Steel, and AZK just jumping around. Gets one frag there on Frost, who had just deagled Pex. Oh, and there's one close. Anger possibly saved AZK's bacon there. But TCK's dummied it. He's gone all the way round and planted on the other side. Makes that frag. Got to reload quick. Not quick enough, and Adren just finishes him off. So, 7-6. That's going to be the first time in the match Team Dynamic have held a lead. But, of course, let's not forget, it is CT Train. So, they're going to be extremely disappointed by that. Need these next 2 rounds really to make it respectable. Let's see how that pans out. Can't hear the strat call, but it should be, yeah, it is a buy. But let's watch Anger, let's see what he's doing. Right, and he's just running into this main area, going to flash over the top. Might flash again here. No, it looks like he's going to flash into ladder rooms, stop any quick pushes. And he's just on pop train, just watching. And interesting smoke there from Anger. Perhaps it just confused Steel a little. But he just ran out, and the angle was all for Anger. So, TCK now stuck inside, and Adren will just pick him off. So, much better there from Team Dynamic. Seem to make, well, a lot less hard work of it. And AZK, top of the score chart, 17 for 10. Adren, 13 for 6. You don't need to look very hard to see who the star players are in this team. They are 2 phenomenal talents. And perhaps this could be the turning point in the match now. Maybe they could pull away with it. Second half to come, and Terrorist extremely hard on this map. So 3D Max using these long smokes again. And even though it's the last round, we're seeing a bit of a mixed buy. Some have Deagles, some have AKs. Anger's just going to try and stop this lower, but again, they're on the inside bomb site again. All it takes is a couple of smokes, and they're just getting in there. TCK gets that first frag, but AZK's nade finds its spot, and TCK's just actually edging towards the enemy here. Neil needs to get this planting soon, because there's no secret about where the bomb is. Volcano. You can see one. Ooh. Spraying all over the place. Not doing much. Gonna have to reload. Volcano's been taken down. And there it is. Sunman gets Adren. So it's an 8-7 half. And of course, well, 3D Max will be extremely happy with that showing as Terrorist, and of course now they've got the easy half to look forward to. So just while they ready up, we'll take a brief pause. Okay, so that was the pause. What we're going to do there normally is we are going to fit in some kind of nice little swirly graphics and do some halftime analysis, kind of like you get on Match of the Day, just except without the idiots. Hopefully it'll probably be me, perhaps somebody else, but we haven't had time to kind of get all that arranged, and we think it's important just to get this out, just to get some feedback and look at things we might want to implement, this being the inaugural game of the week. So just while the warm-up's actually ongoing, it will give me a bit of an opportunity to talk a little bit about the fortunes of these two teams. Team Dynamic, of course, were 5-time winners in a row of ESEA. Huge achievement there from them, and they dominated the North American scene for so long, but it seems that as they've been successful, that's kind of waned a little bit, and team roster changes, people retiring. Yeah, it's all took its toll on them, and they're not quite the same team. I was at ESWC and I saw them, and it was Legends last kind of tournament for them. Wanted them to do exceedingly well, but they didn't. They were very disappointed with their performance, and they cut dejected figures. By contrast, the team that would go on to be 3D Max, led by Steel, they felt they perhaps should have done a bit more, and they had a great game against Ferry Games, which shows the caliber of talent that they have. So two teams, kind of one in the one on a very much downward trajectory, the other on an the ascendancy. And I think with 3D Max we are looking at the best team in the North American scene right now, if not one of the best in the world. Need them to come with a few more events, I think, before we can realistically gauge how good they are. But anyway, opening pistol round, we'll go with Steel. Always likes a good pistol, and he's going to be playing side, so we should get some contact quite early on. There's one. Is it going to be two? No, he's kind of used up all his bullets over that. Nade should do some damage. Doesn't. He's going to back off now. No need to go too aggressive, especially as they've traded off there with Neil. TCK picks up the other, and you can see from the radar, Team Dynamic is still bunched up in this side area. Steel obviously wise to the fact that they're rotating now. And just Adrian and TCK, no, Frost just picks one up in mid-air, so Anger's got to be raging. That's happened to him twice now in the game. It's all on Adrian. Frost just peeking in and out, ties the game up at 8-all by giving them the first round. So huge play there in the pistol round for 3D Max, and that's going to give them a great platform on which to build. So these next two rounds should be fairly cut and dry. Let's just see what we're going to see. And Neil just peeking main with a FAMAS. Of course, you can use that on burst fire. Very effective at long range. Looks like they're going to try and mirror 3D Max's tactics, and of course on DE Train, that's always a good thing to do, because you can push these, you can push the inner sight and usually get a plant even when you're on an eco. And there's Sunman and Neil getting all the frags here. Pex though and Volcano get two back, but it is just a 3v2. They've got Deagles, bombs ticking away now. TCK jumping onto the top of the trains there, just trying to have a look there, gets the one frag. So it's all on Volcano now. And TCK says no. Shut down. But of course, a very good plant. This would now give them the option, if they wanted to perhaps buy AKs next round. I'm not saying that's what we'll see, but the option is there. Well, that puts 3D Max back in the lead. And ultimately, I would say, so far they've looked the better team. A bit more cohesive in their terrorist tactics. And just having that kind of crisper aim outside of the star players of AZK and Adrian. And there we go. That's what we're talking about. That's the importance of getting these plants in. That is an AK buy. So you can argue it's a bit risky here, because Adrian's got an AK as opposed to an AWP. But I think they are just trying to catch their opponents off guard, maybe turn the tide. And of course you can still see there's some FAMASes lurking around there. Neil under the train. TCK spotting a distance. Of course confident in their aim with that burst fire facility on the FAMAS. And that's Frost eliminated early. So, oh, bang! And there's Anger doing it to somebody else that time. So revenge was sweet, but someone was straight in there to mop up. And great positioning, or you could argue maybe baiting, I don't know. Makes it a 3v3 situation. Someone with another kill. Why did I go off him? I should have kept on following him. He's just so good. Pex is going to know where he is, so let's watch Pex. Oh, the nade off here. Sunman with another. And there it is. What a great round that was from Sunman. And barely caught any of it. But Pex again, as has been a recurring theme for his team. The last man, low HP, has got it all to do. And I'm not overly confident in his ability to do it. He's going to encounter Neil at some point.
He's going to be offing in her.
There's Anger making the call, which probably threw Pex off a little bit, but TCK does get the kills. It's 10-8, and now we've got the first buy. In the last half, Team Dynamic, of course, didn't win the first buy, so they went 5-0 down as a result of it. It's a lot harder as terrorist. And that early buy, of course, I'm saying the first buy, we've already had it. That early buy, of course, means now we've got an eco. So this would have been the first buy, but it isn't. They did buy AKs, and now they've got to go full eco if they want to get AKs and AWPs again in the next round, so apologies for that. But Pex does get the opening Deagle frag, and we're going to see some contact inside very shortly. Neil gets the trade for Pex there, and they're coming all out of side. TCK gets one from Melvin, gets two. Oh, and it's just all over for absolute butchery there. So that eco round amounting to nothing despite the entry pick. And again, got to apologise. Was thinking that they hadn't done the early buy. But here we go. They've now got the money to get the AWPs out. And this is what they need. This is Team Dynamic's strength. Making those AWP picks. And not a great spawn for it, it's got to be said. You can see here, look, another precise smoke, and that's going to go over, and what they're trying to do is seal off the people that are watching from side alley and trying to cover main from it so they can get out, because an aggressive AWPer as terrorist in main pretty much will win you the map every time if you can control it and stop them neutralizing you. So Adrian looking all around, doesn't know where to get that pick, but look how well they've smoked off the areas there, and that's again what Team Dynamic do so well. Anger gets the opening pick. TCK, of course, he's going to be trying to get round, just loop round and get them in the back. But AZK, you know, Neil's still there now. Nice little drop down from Anger to get that kill. So, but TCK answers back, and there's another one from TCK on the stairs. And bam, it's all over, and it turned like that. Team Dynamic had done so well. They got the opening frag, they were making the trades, but in the end, TCK did just enough. And he's 8-0 at the top of the score charts. And of course, 3D Max have gone 5-0 again. And that puts them really in pole position now. Team Dynamic going to have to dig so deep to stay in this. And while I don't think this game, in terms of ESEA, will dictate the season overall, and Team Dynamic should be looking to get to those LAN finals again, no matter what the lineup. It does give them a huge psychological advantage, 3D Max, when they do play them in those vitally important LAN playoffs. And again, absolutely confident both teams will be there. It would be a travesty if they weren't. Nice little flash, just bounced off the wall. Needlessly extravagant, I would argue. But again, whenever you watch these games, you do see new little things like that. And Pex just kind of wazdering away. And TCK, he's just mopping them up at the moment. But they have got in it. Oh, trying to Glock on AWP from there. Not good. Just using the cover to try and get the plant. Has got it. But Neil comes from behind. Gets the kill. Volcano gets Neil, though. And that Deagle's just not registering. There it does in the end. Are we going to see something very special here? But no, we're not. Too much to do in the end from Volcano. Crosshair looked good, but TCK on 10-0. Frost jumping ahead of him thanks to that defuse. 13 rounds to 8 for 3D Max. It's very rare we see Team Dynamic dominated in this fashion. Absolutely incredible to consider that, you know, once upon a time these two teams, it was 3D Max that were vying for supremacy and just didn't seem to be able to kind of get the better of Dynamic. And then everything changed in the last ESEA LAN finals. They finally met up with the lineup Steel wanted to put together, and bam, they stuck it to Team Dynamic, beat them across 4 maps. Absolutely no fluke whatsoever. And of course, ESWC saw them both make the semis. But that was all it was to be. And 3D Max, of course, coming up trumps in that 3rd and 4th place playoff to take the bronze. So, Adrian, again, in this main area. And it's very weird. He doesn't seem to be as aggressive. Pexa just ran out there and died somewhat needlessly. Sacrificial. TCK gets the kill. And there it is. That's better from Adrian. So, AZK and Adrian again, the two danger men, pegging it back, and they need to win this round. AZK with another huge kill. And let's watch him. And there's another from AZK. Give him just a pixel and he'll punish you every time. He's just scouting around that area. Neil, of course, though, is there right at the back. Boom! Look at that from Neil. Incredible. Great reflexes, but AZK gets his man in the end. It's 13-9, and how close is that going to make it in the end? Because are we going to see a shift now? Just having a look at the money situation for 3D Max. Been some expensive rounds coming in. Well, no, we're hearing people buying. Yep, so yeah, it's going to be a buy. Team Dynamic doing something a bit faster now here. I think they're going for that fast inner push again. Spamming that smoke there. There's nobody in it, so simply a waste of ammunition. But Anger gets the entry frag again, and credit to him. First half, perhaps one to forget for him, but stuck at it and certainly getting some entry picks this half. But there's Neil, Steele, TCK. Sounded a bit like Trumpton there. Anger gets another, and we're just watching Frost, and kind of the forgotten man. He had a great ESWC performance. Really showed how good he was with the AWP. Out-AWP'd some top European opposition. He's just shooting at shadowy toes here, and there's Steele and TCK mopping it up. So, normal service resumed. It's 14 rounds to 9. One more round will guarantee the draw for 3D Max. 2, of course, will secure the win on MR15. And look at that from TCK. 13 to 1. Top of the frag charts. And that is how you play counter-terrorist Train. In fact, let's just see what he's up to. Let's get a bit of TCK loving. Okay, well, he's seen that there, and not going to get sucked in. Just going to sit here in the position he has been playing, kind of under Crows or Melvin area, as some people know it. I guess if you're North American, you probably call that heaven. You can see him just spamming through this grate here, trying to get a kill, because AZK's got the entry frag there. Adrian Hogue takes him down. He should have made the height count, but was trying to spam away through that grate, and got to be a bit more precise. Frost picks up another one. Volcano gets a bit of shrapnel from that nade. And he's just waiting and waiting and waiting, and of course you can see where Frost is. Just on the bomb train with an AWP. Well, that didn't go according to plan there from Frost. Neil gets one, and Adrian Hogue, well, there's a nade for you. Catch. Neil trying to play this smart, but the bomb is down. So now he's got to go and make that clutch. Hasn't prevented the plan. There's one. Takes down Pex. You can see what his teammates think he's got this. And Dink, there's Adrian, just peeking him at the right time to make that kill. It's 14-10. What a close game it might turn out to be. But, of course, the advantage, you have to say, it's with 3D Max. And it will be a significant victory because, of course, it would be yet another win over them, just to cement their dominance in the North American scene. And all the Team Dynamic fans will be bitterly disappointed with it, but they can't argue with it. It's a fair reflection of the landscape in North American CSS this time. So, Adrian Hogue, did he make that pick? No, he didn't. Blinded by the flash. But you can see here, 3D Max are just eagling it. So, should see around for Team Dynamic here, but it can be tricky on Train because there's all these little nooks and crannies you can hide under, and by the time somebody's turned around and is looking at you, you can have made 3 headshots by then. So they really need to avoid inner like the plagues. It's an inner stack, and I'm guessing they've got wise to that now because it's like a ghost town on the other bomb site. So the bomb is ticking away, and of course 3D Max aren't going to go for it. It is just a deco round. Oh, face full of nade for Neil. Pex will mop up as well. Sunman's got himself this M4, so looks like he's just playing for exits with it. So exit come save strategy for Sunman. That bomb is going to go off. They're not going to stop it. Sunman just waiting, hoping he's going to find somebody. TCK gets an exit there, so 14-11. So Team Dynamic playing their way back into it, slowly but surely, but of course, still got it all to do. It's going to take a monumental effort as terrorist on Train. 3D Max, though, only need 2 more rounds, so you'd still have to fancy them. Let's see what we're gonna see here. So there's an early pick attempt that we've just heard. Didn't see it, but we heard it. That's gone. Neil looks like he's going to try and go aggressive main. In the meantime, Sunman again, and shows why he's right to be rated so highly. Right, Neil is in pole position to get some kills here, but TCK, well, you're not gonna beat him at the punch. And there's the frag from Neil. So Pex seems to have been a little bit of crash test dummy, really, this game. Always seems to be getting killed, but that kill from Adrian not going to be enough. And we're at match point now for 3D Max. So Dynamic have got to buy. I sense, I think they might fancy in a rush here with guns, because they can get the plant. It's a decent spawn for it too. Yeah, we're going to have that push. So again, it's not tactically astute, it's not complicated, it's just run in, get the plant. So sometimes tactics such as this can be effective even at the highest level of CSS. Frost gets one through the smoke, someone gets another and another, and there it is. There's the wrap up. It's all over. Bang, the demo's ended there, and that means of course that the game was 16-11. Now again, as this is the inaugural one, ordinarily we wouldn't just cut back to the home GUI homepage that I have on my copy of Counter-Strike Source. What we would actually cut to would be, again, some fancy swirly graphics and then perhaps a brief summary of the game. But we haven't got that in order yet. What we wanted to do was just test the water, see if you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, then obviously we'll do more, provide some feedback in the relevant post on the website. And, you know, hopefully it'll become a regular feature. If you've got any games that you think upcoming that you would like to see commentated on by myself or by a guest commentator, by all means recommend them. But let's just hope that, of course, this gets taken up by you guys, because 2012 is going to be a huge year for video on CAD Red. We've got lots of great plans coming, which I'm sure you'll see in January. But in the meantime, thanks very much for watching this video. I hope it was informative. Hope it saved you having to download the demo and added perhaps a little bit of colour, a little bit of entertainment, and a little bit of insight to the ESEA game between 3D Max and Team Dynamic.